welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you my monthly favorites, and these are for the month of October. October was a very exciting month for me because it was my birthday, and yeah, I got to try a lot of makeup. So some of the things I'm gonna show you today are new entries to my collection. Some of them are things that I've been using for a bit longer, but all of them are definitely favorites that I would recommend. Also, in October I started the 100 days of makeup challenge, and I wanted to put my own spin on it, and I decided to use one eyeshadow palette per week. Only one eyeshadow palette per week. And that is because I have so many eyeshadows, and I found myself always going back to my Makeup Geek neutrals and then adding here and there something different. But I have a few really nice palettes, and I thought, well, if I use one a week, I really get an idea of how they perform. I fall back in love with them, and so I did. I am posting these looks on my Instagram, which I will link down below, and a summary review of the palette in a weekly post on my blog, which I will also link in the description box. Let's start with the favorites, and the first one is this NYX Dark Circle Corrector. I used the shade 03 Medium, and I saw this for the first time on Let's Makeup here on YouTube, Siobhan, and she compared it to the Becca Under Eye Corrector. And since I have seen that I'm getting darker circles under my eyes, I guess getting older, my skin is getting thinner, I decided to pick up an orange salmon corrector, and this I've been liking very much. I take the smallest amount with my finger and use it before I use my concealer, and I've been really liking it. It doesn't dry out my skin, it actually feels quite emollient and hydrating, and it doesn't crease either. So I've been really liking this. It's quite inexpensive, I think it was $6. A nice little pot, very useful. More face, but this is then powders. I have been loving using my little face palette that I put together. I have it in my Makeup Geek vault, which is full of fingerprints. But here are my favorite powders to use on my face. So I have the banana powder by Anastasia Beverly Hills that I popped out of my contour kit. This is Bad Habit, the contour powder for warm, fair skin tones, and two blushes. This is, I think, Covet by Makeup Geek, and this is from the H&M line, and it's Spicy Pepper. Gorgeous fall shades, and I just have a bigger palette for all the rest of my blushes, but this is what I keep on my vanity all the time and use constantly. Set my under eye, contour, blush, and I am all set. Been loving using this. And for cheeks, also more fall colors, of course, and you've probably seen them on the blog already and on my Colourpop collection video. These are two Colourpop Super Shock Cheek blushes, and they are Quarters and Bordeaux. And they are just beautiful fall shades. Let's say they are two versions of the similar shade. It's just a nice terracotta, and Bordeaux is a bit deeper and a little bit shimmery, or not shimmery really, but you know, satin, and Quarters is matte. So yeah, I've been loving to use these. Very nice blushes. I am actually quite impressed with Colourpop blushes, because usually cream formulas don't last on my oily skin, and these last a very long time. So yeah, been loving those. Next, moving on to brows. The new Nabla brow pots came out last month, and I picked up the shade Mars, and I've been loving this. The consistency is similar but different to the Anastasia Beverly Hills. The price point is half of that. And I've been loving the shade because it's a nice warm toned brown that suits red hair like mine quite well. It's still tad light, I think. I made a video recently with my first impression on this, and I ended up actually using this in combination with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in chocolate, which is a darker brown, on the outer part of my brows, because I feel this is a bit lighter than my natural hair, so it looks a bit weird if I don't mix the two, but then chocolate isn't warm enough for my red hair. Anyways, I really recommend these. The formula is great, and the price is absolutely amazing. Moving on to eyeshadows, as I said, I am doing the 1 palette a week challenge, and the first palette I used was the Lime Crime Venus, and I'll show you if you haven't seen it already. I have a blog post all about this palette, but what really impressed me is the quality of these eyeshadows. Not only the colors, which speak to my heart, but these eyeshadows blend like nothing I've ever tried. Honestly, better than my Lorac Pro. They have less kick up than those, so they don't feel as buttery, but they blend together in honestly amazingly. And for my third week of the 1 palette a week challenge, I started using the Venus 2, and that's what I have on my eyes today. And again, the quality is amazing. So I really recommend you picking up Lime Crime eyeshadows. They're really good. Then moving on to lips. If you've seen my Colourpop collection, you know I have come to own quite a few of their lip products, and that's what I've been pretty much using all month. I have to say I have fallen in love with a few colors and formulas, in the sense that I have so many lip colors that I will just rotate them and not use them more than once a week, I think. So the one shade that I keep going back to is the Ultra Matte in Mama, and I think this is just the perfect bright orangey red fall shade. It's beautiful. However, it's a matte formula, so sometimes I actually feel they are quite drying. Not overly drying, in the sense it's just a matte liquid lipstick. We know how it behaves. If you don't want to feel dryness during the day, or if you know at some point you're just like gonna be bothered by it, I have started putting a gloss on top of that. And I haven't owned a gloss, I don't think ever, maybe since middle school when I was 13 and I would get them in magazines. But I've decided to try a few of the glosses from Colourpop, and the formula is amazing. I'm wearing them today as well, on top of another matte liquid lipstick, and the glosses are really good. They're not sticky. Well, your hair will stick to it if it ends up there, but they're not sticky per se. They're very comfortable to wear, and they solve the problem of feeling overly dried out by the matte ones. So I've been really enjoying them, and not only over Colourpop matte liquid lipsticks, but also over any other Lime Crime, Give Me Glow, any other liquid lipstick formula. And I own 3 Colourpop glosses, My Jam, Wolfie, which are both metallic, and Sookie, and I just love them. This is a cream, I think. And I'm wearing Sookie and Wolfie layered on top of another liquid lipstick today. Very nice formula, and well done. And finally, the formula that I have absolutely fallen in love with, that is independently of the shade and you don't need to do anything to the formula to make it amazing, is the Ultra Satin Lips by Colourpop. And this is in the shade Calypso, and this is my perfect nude. I have trouble finding a right nude for me because I see myself better with higher contrast and darker colors. But this is really good. It's the right amount of pink, the right amount of nude. It's not too light, it's super comfortable, it doesn't move for the whole day. I am really in love with this one, and all the other Ultra Satins, to be honest, but I was especially excited to have found a very good nude shade. I have pictures and swatches of all of these on my Instagram, which you can go check out if you want. Okay, and finally some random favorites. October has been the beginning of fall. We've got like the really pretty colors came out, and I've been really enjoying going out with my camera and taking pictures. I had my first pumpkin spice latte at Starbucks this month and I love it. And in general, I've been obsessed with pumpkin spices. I put them in my oats in the morning, which I have with baked apples and some almond milk. Amazing. I've been putting them, well, in pumpkin pies, in apple crumbles. I've been making my own pumpkin spice lattes. I've been putting pumpkin spices in apple cider and warming it up over some heat, and in the evening that's like the coziest, warmest thing ever. So yeah, big discovery. I think that is something I'm gonna bring back to Europe when I go back. I really like pumpkin spices. So yeah, that was all for my October favorites. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below what you loved this month, and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet. I make videos every week. I still have to figure out the schedule, but that will come as well. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!